Why are people afraid of getting married? Welcome, everyone. Take a moment and think about the word marriage. What comes to mind? For some, it's a picture of lifelong companionship, unwavering support, and shared dreams. For others, it might evoke a sense of apprehension, a knot in the stomach, or even outright fear. In an age where personal freedom and individual aspirations are celebrated more than ever, the institution of marriage seems to be facing an unprecedented wave of skepticism. Why is it that more and more people, both men and women, are expressing reservations or even outright fear about tying the knot? This isn't just about cold feet before the big day. It's a deeper societal shift, a re-evaluation of what marriage means in the 21st century. Today, we are going to delve into this complex phenomenon. We'll explore the distinct fears that men harbor, often rooted in concerns about loss of freedom and overwhelming responsibility. We'll also examine the anxieties of women, who, despite their growing independence and earning power, question the necessity of a partner and the potential for unequal burdens. And perhaps most critically, we'll confront the painful reality of why so many marriages, even after years, crumble under the weight of ego, misunderstanding, and unmet expectations. Our goal isn't to discourage marriage, but rather to foster a deeper understanding of these underlying fears and challenges. By bringing these unspoken anxieties to light, we hope to spark conversations that can lead to stronger, more resilient, and ultimately, happier partnerships. So, let's begin our journey into the heart of why people are afraid of getting married. Men's fears of marriage. Let's start by talking about men. For generations, men have been portrayed as the ones who are eager to settle down, to build a family, to be the provider. But in today's world, that narrative is changing. Many men are now expressing a deep-seated fear of marriage, and it's not as simple as a fear of commitment. One of the most significant fears for men is the fear of losing their freedom and identity. Before marriage, a man's life is his own. He has the freedom to pursue his hobbies, spend time with his friends, and make decisions without consulting anyone. Marriage, in their minds, can feel like a cage, a place where their individuality is subsumed by the identity of a husband and a provider. Then there's the immense financial pressure and responsibility. Society still places a heavy expectation on men to be the primary breadwinner. This pressure can be suffocating. Men worry about their ability to provide for a family, to meet the ever-increasing cost of living, and to give their wife and children the life they deserve. The fear of failure, of not being able to live up to these expectations, is a powerful deterrent. Beyond the practical concerns, there's a deeper emotional fear, the fear of a lack of support and understanding. Men, too, need emotional support. They need a partner who understands their pressures, who listens to their worries, and who provides a safe space for them to be vulnerable. The fear is that their partner will not be able to provide this, that they will be expected to be the strong, silent type, with no room for their own emotional needs. And let's not forget the extended family dynamic. This is a huge source of anxiety for many men. They worry about whether their wife will be able to adjust to their family, to care for their parents and siblings in the way they expect. The pressure to balance the needs of his own family and his wife's family can feel like walking a tightrope. Finally, there's the looming shadow of divorce. Many men have witnessed the painful divorces of their parents or friends. They've seen the emotional turmoil, the financial devastation, and the societal stigma that comes with a failed marriage. The fear of repeating these patterns is enough to make many men shy away from marriage altogether. Women's fears of marriage. Now, let's turn our attention to women. The 21st century woman is educated, ambitious, and financially independent. And as her role in society has evolved, so have her views on marriage. For many women, the decision to get married is no longer a given, it's a choice, and one that comes with its own set of fears. A primary fear for women is the loss of independence and autonomy. They have worked hard to build their careers, to create a life for themselves on their own terms. The fear is that marriage will mean sacrificing their hard-earned independence, that they will be expected to put their career on the back burner to take on the role of a wife and mother. Even for women who are earning well, there's a fear of financial dependence. Many women worry about what would happen if they were to get divorced or if their husband were to lose his job. The fear of being financially vulnerable is a significant concern. One of the most common fears for women is the unequal distribution of domestic labor. Despite advancements in gender equality, women still bear a disproportionate burden of household chores and childcare. The fear is that marriage will mean a second shift, that they will be expected to manage a career and a household, while their partner's life remains largely unchanged. And just like men, women are afraid of a bad marriage and divorce. They have seen the emotional and financial toll that divorce can take on women. The fear of making the wrong choice, of ending up in an unhappy or abusive relationship, is a powerful deterrent. This brings us to a fundamental question that many modern women are asking: why do I need a man in my life if I am self-sufficient? Women are no longer looking for a provider, they are looking for a partner, a companion, an equal. If they can't find that, many are choosing to remain single and happy, rather than settle for a marriage that doesn't meet their needs. Post-marriage challenges leading to divorce. So, we've discussed the fears that prevent people from getting married. But what happens after the vows are exchanged, after the honeymoon phase fades? Why do so many marriages, even those that have lasted for years, eventually unravel? One of the most insidious culprits is ego clashes. When both partners are unwilling to compromise, to admit fault, or to prioritize the relationship over their own perceived rightness, it creates a constant power struggle. Small disagreements escalate, intimacy erodes, and resentment grows. Closely linked to ego is the lack of understanding and communication breakdown. Miscommunication, or worse, silence, creates a chasm between partners. Assumptions replace dialogue, grievances fester, and emotional distance widens. Another significant factor is unrealistic expectations. Movies, social media, and curated lives of others often paint marriage as perfect. When reality falls short, disappointment sets in. Expecting a partner to fulfill every emotional and intellectual need places a crushing burden on the relationship. Financial disagreements are another leading cause of marital strife. Different spending habits, conflicting goals, or financial infidelity create mistrust and tension. For couples with children, parenting differences can become a major battleground. Disagreements on discipline or routines create friction and resentment. Finally, the loss of intimacy and connection is a slow but deadly poison for many marriages. Over time, couples stop prioritizing each other. Emotional and physical intimacy dwindle, and partners begin to feel like roommates. Overcoming fears and building strong marriages. While the fears and challenges we've discussed are real, they are not insurmountable. Marriage, at its core, is a partnership, a journey of growth, and a commitment to shared life. By understanding and addressing these anxieties, we can build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. For men, overcoming the fear of losing freedom means redefining freedom within a committed relationship, the freedom to be vulnerable, to grow alongside a supportive partner, and to share burdens. Open communication about finances, shared goals, and family responsibilities can ease much of the pressure. For women, addressing the fear of losing independence involves setting boundaries and expectations early. Ensuring an equitable division of labor and supporting each other's careers and aspirations can reframe marriage as empowerment rather than limitation. So, how do we build these strong, resilient marriages? It starts with communication, active listening, expressing needs clearly, and resolving conflict constructively. Empathy and understanding, seeing the world through your partner's eyes. Shared goals and values, building a life on common dreams and principles. Respect and appreciation, showing gratitude and valuing each other's individuality. Nurturing intimacy, making time for emotional and physical closeness. Individual growth, supporting each other's personal development and achievements. We've journeyed through the fears surrounding marriage, from the anxieties of men about freedom and responsibility to the concerns of women about independence and unequal burdens, and finally, to the painful realities of post-marriage challenges like ego clashes and communication breakdowns. But here's the hopeful truth: marriage, despite its complexities, remains one of the most profound and enriching human experiences. It offers deep connection, unwavering support, and unparalleled personal growth. It's not about finding a perfect person, but about two imperfect people refusing to give up on each other. Marriage is not a fairy tale, but it can be a beautiful, messy, and incredibly rewarding reality. It requires effort, vulnerability, and a willingness to grow. But for those who embrace its challenges and commit to its journey, the rewards, a lifetime of love, companionship,